I went from Moscow to the United States. First, a flight to Belgrade. In Belgrade, I bought a train ticket for an overnight to Vienna. Now that train ride was probably the worst train ride in my entire life. I was in a compartment with 7 suspicious-looking characters, and I was warned that particularly in Yugoslavia and Italy, it was warned of pickpockets. And I had about $10,000 in cash in various pockets. That's the equivalent of today of about $30,000. And so I was sitting there all night reading the novel that I bought and holding my arms close to my body and sitting like that because I didn't want anybody to come anywhere near me. That was exciting. You got to understand, now I always had to learn figure out who I was at the time, because with a passport there came sort of a short biography. I had to know, where I lived. I always had to remember my name and a few other things. So now I was a Canadian, I also had to switch languages. And as
about surveillance detection, so what does that mean? You want to find out whether somebody's following you. And what you do there, you spend 2 to 3 hours running around in a big city. And the bottom line is that if you saw the same face twice, you knew you were under observation. Listen to this.
Excuse me, are you waiting for Susan Green?
That's a funny answer.
Yes, you must be David.
Okay, this is depicting a meeting. And these meetings were interesting in that when you show up, you knew exactly who the other guy was. The next one is called dead drop operations, and I chose this picture to give you an idea of what I was looking for. A dead drop operation is an asynchronous handing over of material. You put something, either money, a passport, or a microfilm, or whatever you want to hand over, into a container that looks like nobody wants to touch it, and animals don't want to sniff it. Oil cans, rocks artificially constructed, and put it someplace for somebody else to pick it up. Anybody been to the Spy Museum in Washington, D.C.? You've seen all the gadgets, and the hollowed hills, and the secret compartments, and the cameras, and the cigarette. I use none of those.